What is up, YouTube? SmashBros33 here, and I'm going to bring you guys another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This one is against none other than 355 JT, and we played a really good UU match. So I'm going to show you guys that today. Now, he just asked me over Skype, which I was kind of surprised about. And so he just asked me, hey, want to do a UU battle? So I accepted his challenge, and it was a very fun battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. So I was actually kind of scared of his team because the Victini and Deoxys defense, he had a very well-rounded team, and I knew his Nidoking was Scarf from watching his UU videos. So in a way, I kind of saw what his team was going to bring to me, but what I didn't know was not necessarily hacks so much as just the surprising moments that this match actually brought. So instead of just talking about it, we'll show it to you guys. So then we'll bring you JT's side of it. He said he was going to upload it probably tomorrow, so we'll get that over with. So as usual, I lead off with Aerodactyl, and he is going to lead off with his Nidoking. And as I said before, he's Scarfed, so I know I can take one hit from it, and I just want to try and get this thing done as soon as I can. So instead of setting up my rocks, which I didn't think were important, I just went straight for the Earthquake, and that did quite a bit. And we were chatting over Skype, and it was just like, how much did you live by? And I'm like, 15. We're like both like, oh my god, on either side probably. I know I was. So I switched into Slowbro because I know he's choiced, and his Ice Beam's not going to do anything. Slowbro, because it's a wall. So he switches out here because he can't do anything. He goes to Empoleon, predicting the Surf, and Empoleon resists both stabs for Slowbro, so it was very safe play. So that does next to nothing, which is no surprise because Empoleon is especially bulky. So I know I gotta get out of there, and I believe I go out to my Aerodactyl. So I might as well fodder it out because it's at 15, so it's not really going to do anything. Grass Knot, and either way, any of his moves would have killed. So he was just running that standard defensive Empoleon with Surf, Ice Beam, Grass Knot, and or Scald or something. And I go out to Machamp, and he doesn't want to stay in because Machamp, I believe, outspeeds Empoleon. I've had that in the past. And I go for the Stone Edge, predicting Victini or Darmanitan to come in, but instead Crobat comes in, and that does a good amount of damage. That's an easy 2-hit KO. And I knew he goes for the Brave Bird here, and I decided to stay in case he wanted to go for Super Fang, in case he predicted my switch. Because I could have switched into my Escavalier and taken that with almost no trouble. And I'm very surprised at how much that damage did, because I asked him if he was running any attack EVs. He said he wasn't. So I think he said he was running max HP, max speed Crobat. Now, I kind of wanted to save Machamp, even though it was at 10, kind of as a fail fodder. So I switched to Escavalier because I figure he's not going to go for the Flamethrower predicting that. He's probably going to go for T-Ball predicting Slowbro. So I switch into Escavalier, and that takes it. That's a 3-hit KO. I think. Looks like a 3-hit KO. So goes into Deoxys, and I should have just gone for the Mega Horn. That would have made my life so much easier. Well, yeah, actually, it would have made my life easier. Now, the point of the fact is that Mega Horn, it should have killed it at this range, because it's taken about 20%, something around that area, 15-20%, and this is max attack, Adamant Nature, Escavalier, and Deoxys isn't even at full health, and Mega Horn does not kill. He even said he lived with 1 HP. That's what was going on this entire time. We were living by like minuscule amounts, like not even maybe 5%. So let's go for the Iron Head, because the last thing I want to do is for Megahorn to miss, because that could cost me either another layer of spikes or a death, perhaps. And even though he got 2 layers of spikes up, I think that was the difference between me winning and him winning. But regardless of that, I'm just glad his Deoxys is out of the way. So I know he's going to go for the Flamethrower, or rather Fire Blast. My Nidoking carries Flamethrower, his carries Fire Blast. And in this point, I would rather run Flash Fire to take care of special attackers like Nidoking, but in a sense, Intimidate's still really good to soften physical blows. It's whichever you prefer. I just took Intimidate, so he switches out of there, and I just figure I'll go for the Overheat, because even stuff that resists it doesn't want to take an Overheat from Arcanine, and this is a Life Orb Arcanine with Overheat and 3 physical attacks, so even after an Overheat, I can still come out swinging with physical moves. I'm also running Crunch, Close Combat, and Wild Charge, which is, I believe, perfect coverage. Except for Steelix. Actually, no. It has perfect coverage. So I hit it with the Overheat, and then I thought I was going to do less than that, and then I just go for the Close Combat just to finish it off. And I actually took quite a bit of thought into this next move. I figured I'll just stay in and scout out what his Nidoking's going to do, because I don't want to risk it going for the Fire Blast, predicting Escavalier to come in. So I just wanted to make sure. Or if he wanted to go for the Earth Power, if he has it, which I didn't see yet. But in comes Drapion now, because I know he's locked in a Thunderbolt, and that does nothing. And after Spikes, that did maybe like 25%. And with lefties, that would have been a 5-hit KO, so that's nothing really. And he goes up to Darmanitan, and I wanted to keep Venom because I wanted to leave it for defensive purposes. So I go out to Slowbro because I can live whatever Darmanitan wants to throw at me. And he goes for the Earthquake, and I guess he knew Slowbro was going to come in, so he might as well just go for it. Because he's down to, I believe, his Victini, his Darmanitan, and I think one other Pokemon, I'm not sure. But I know I can just play with this Darmanitan for days. So I'm just going over the Slack Off, and it's basically a rinse and repeat, Calm Mind, Surf, and Slack Off. So you just gotta keep repeating this, which is slightly annoying, but it's whatever, it gets the job done. So my comment question of the day, if you guys want to answer it, is what is your favorite UU Pokemon? Because UU is actually a very balanced and competitive tier, and it's actually, in my opinion, more fun than OU, because OU is so much Weather War, whereas UU is just plain battling, and it has more Pokemon that are fun to use, in my opinion, instead of the same plain old Scizor and whatnot. So, if you guys want, comment below, tell me what your favorite UU Pokemon is. I'm thinking about making another UU team, but I really love this team. I might use Heracross instead of Machamp, I'm not sure. Because everyone's saying how Heracross outclasses Machamp in almost every way. But everyone uses Heracross, so I want to be the one to use Machamp instead. Especially Scarf Machamp, which is an extremely rare sight. So, now that Darmanitan's out of the way, after about 5 turns, 6 turns of rinse and repeat, I know he's going to go for the Fusion Bolt, so might as well just fodder out Machamp and make sure that is what he's going to do, in case he predicted Escavalier to come in or something. And he does go for the Fusion Bolt, so that was the safe play. But now I go out to my Drapion, and it's kind of, well, it's not game over, so to say, but it's game over for Drapion, because it's at less than 50%. There is no way that Victini is going to live, or, not that Victini, that Drapion is going to live Victini's Fusion Bolt. So I go out to my Escavalier, and at, what is that, about 65%? 60 or 65%. I should be able to live a Fusion Bolt because Escavalier is naturally fairly bulky, but he crits me. And I honestly think that is the difference between the win and the loss here. Because I know Surf is a 2-hit KO, and JT was telling me that Fusion Bolt's a 2-hit KO as well. Or he said it was a 3-hit KO because he was playing this Victini against another Slowbro today, and he said Fusion Bolt was a 3-hit KO, which is kind of weird considering Slowbro is just better. No, he's not better special defensively. What am I saying? He's a tank all around, and I knew Surf was going to be a 2-hit KO, so that was good game, JT. And I recommend you guys check out his channel if you don't know him already, because he is a great YouTube Pokemon player. And I really had a lot of fun this match, and I could tell he did too. And so, that's it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And that's it. So, I'm going to bring you guys the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald real soon. So, be on the lookout for that later. And that's all I got for you guys. So, until next time, Smash Bros. 433, sign.